Welcome all, I am Savalta Koirala and today's chapter will be History of Computer. Here we will briefly discuss some of the path-breaking inventions in the field of computing devices, and our topic is History of Computer. Let's begin our chapter. First of all, abacus was the oldest one in the history of computer. It took over generations for early men to build mechanical devices for counting large numbers. It was the first calculating devices for counting large numbers, and it was developed by Egyptian and Chinese people. The word abacus means calculating board. It consisted of sticks in horizontal position on which were inserted set of pebbles. A modern form of abacus has a number of horizontal bars like this, and each have numbers of beads. The horizontal bar represents unit of measurements such as units, tens, hundreds, thousands, etc. After abacus, Napier's bones was born in 1614 AD. Johann Napier was a man to develop this Napier bones. It is the first table of logarithm that was helpful in simplifying the multiplication of large numbers. And next comes slide rule. William Orchard, he was a British mathematician, developed the first analog calculating devices called slide rule in 1620 AD. And next comes Pascaline. In 1642 AD, a young boy of 18 years who was a French mathematician. His name was Blaise Pascal, and he invented a mechanical devices based on the composition of gears, wheels, and cylinders called Pascaline. It could perform only addition and subtraction. And next comes stepped reckoner. It was developed by Gottfried Wilhelm von Leibniz in 1694 AD, and it is the improved version of Pascaline, and it could perform the operations like addition, subtraction, multiply, divide, extract, roots, etc. And next comes Jacquard's loom. In 1801 AD, a French textile manufacturer named Joseph Marie Jacquard invented a textile loom attachment consisting of a belt of punched card. Jacquard's idea of using punched card to control and automate the functions of a device like weaving loom laid the foundation for the development of use. And next comes Babbage difference and analytical engine. You know, Charles Babbage is the father of computer, and he had invented the difference engine in 1823 AD, and it was the first mechanical calculator that could generate mathematical tables such as logarithmic table. Babbage devised a machine called Analytical engine in 1833 AD. Even though these devices could not be produced, the concept of the design provided the base for the design of modern computer. Hence, we regard Charles Babbage as the father of computer science. And next comes Lady Augusta Ada. Lady Augusta Ada, who was the daughter of Lord Byron, was assisting Babbage in spreading his ideas. She also developed the essential ideas of programming languages. Lady Ada is honored as the first computer programmer, and this is the picture of her. And next comes Boolean logic. During 1850s, George Boole, he was an English mathematician, and he developed his principles of Boolean logic. This provided the base for binary arithmetic and modern day computing. Next comes census machine. In 1887 AD, Dr. Herman Hollerith, an American statistician, developed his machine-readable card concept and designed a census machine. Hollerith used the census machine for processing the data of 1890 USA census. Using this machine, the 1890 census data was processed in about 2 months as compared to about 8 years required for manual tabulation. And next comes vacuum tube. In 1980, Lee D. Forrest developed vacuum triode that was used as main switching device in the first generation computer, and this is the picture of vacuum tube. Next comes Mark I. In 1937 AD, Harvard University Professor Howard Aiken initiated a new kind of calculating machine in association with IBM Corporation. The device was completed in 1944 and was called Mark I. Now Mark I is known as the first electromechanical computer. Next comes ABC, which is also called Atanasoff-Berry computer. In 1939 AD, Dr. John Vincent Atanasoff, a professor of physics and mathematician, designed the first electronic computer called ABC. It used vacuum tubes for storage and arithmetic and logic function. Next comes ENIAC, which is also called Electronic Numerical Integrator and Calculator. In 1943 AD, Johann W. Maury and J. Presper Eckert initiated the project on ENIAC at Murray School of Electrical Engineering. It was the first general purpose electronic computer which became operational in 1946 AD. Next comes, he is the Dr. John von Neumann, and he has introduced the concept of stored program in 1945 AD, which used binary system instead of decimal system, and he is Dr. John von Neumann. And next comes the concept of transistor, which was also used in second generation computer, and it was developed by John Biden, Walter Brattain and William Shockley in 1947 AD. And next comes EDSAC, which is also known as Electronic Delay Storage Automatic Calculator, and it was invented in 1949 AD. The first electronic computer based on stored program concept was manufactured at Cambridge University under the leadership of Professor Maurice Wilkes, and this is the pictures of electronic delay storage automatic calculator. Next comes UNIVAC, which is also known as Universal Automatic Computer, and it was developed by Maury and Eckert in 1951 AD, and it is a self-checking concept, and it is used magnetic tape for input-output media. And here is the picture of UNIVAC. And next comes EDVAC. In 1952 AD, EDVAC, Electronic Discrete Variable Automatic Computer, which also utilized the concept of stored program, was designed by Eckert and mostly with the help of A. Box. The concept of stored program allows much faster operation since the computer had rapid access to both data and instructions. And here COBOL was generated in 1959 AD. COBOL means Common Business Oriented Language, and Intel 4002 was developed in 1970 AD. Similarly, Apple was developed in 1976 AD, and PC means Personal Computer was developed in 1981 AD. This is all about history of computers, where we learn all about the history of computer from abacus to personal computer, how the computer developed till today. And if you really liked my video,